Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of SSC, how are you? I believe and hope you are almighty. You are well almighty by the grace of Almighty Allah, and I am also fine. I have given by this time 6 lectures of right from a birth and also completing. In completing, I have given the 2 lectures. Now I like to go the 3rd lecture. Very important to you. You know very well. If you do well in this section, that is fill in the gaps, I think you will write freely many things. Okay. I have completed last number 11, and now I like to go to start number 12. Please see your book. Number 12. There are 2 words, in spite of and despite. So you know very well, after in spite there is of, but after despite there is no quite. Very easy. But how can we fill up this sentence? One part is there, another part is absent. So when you see this in spite of or despite, and if the first sentence means positive, the next sentence will be affirmative. Very easy. So 2 sentences suppose there. One sentence positive, another sentence negative. One sentence positive or affirmative, other sentence negative. Very easy. In spite of, despite. Despite. 2 words. We should have to use any word you can use. And if the sentence contains or belongs, suppose, in spite of. An example. In spite of his poverty, P-O-V-E-R-Y. Poverty, noun, poor, adjective, poverty, noun, and you know very well after possessive case, noun is used. So, in spite of his poverty, he is honest. H-O-N-E-S-T. Honest. He is honest. So, honest, this sentence is affirmative, and the upper sentence in spite of his poverty is negative. But there is no any use of not or no, but poor poverty indicates negative. So, I have told you again and again many times that some words are found, suppose dislike, suppose fail, suppose miss, suppose poor, suppose hate. These are always negative. So, when you see use of in spite of or despite, and if the sentence is negative, you should write the second sentence affirmative. Or if the sentence is affirmative, the next sentence will be negative. Very easy, I think. Suppose despite. Suppose despite, no work, despite his good qualification, good qualification, qualification. He, despite his good qualification, he suppose does not get a job. Get a job. ভালো গুণ থাকা সত্ত্বেও তার চাকরি নাই বা চাকরি পায় না। So this is negative and upper is positive. So you should have to remember these two suggestions. One is negative, another is affirmative. One is affirmative, another is negative. Clear? Number 13. Instead of, in lieu of. Instead of, in lieu of, বাংলা হল পরিবর্তে। Two words are used normally here. And when this word in lieu of, instead of, INSTEAD, instead of, in lieu, LIUE, in lieu of, sorry. Instead of and in lieu of, LIEU. Instead of, in lieu of, both are same. But if you see these words in any sentence, how can you fill up the second word? Very, very interesting. And if the word is used between two word, the two words অর্থাৎ দুই পার্শ্বে দুইটা ওয়ার্ড হবে, always noun. Always noun. Suppose he took suppose English. He took English in lieu of or instead of, any kinds of word. INSTEAD, instead of Bengali. Any kinds. So, instead or in lieu of, among two, one is used. The first word is English, that is noun, and the second word is Bangla, that is noun. So, two nouns are used between two sides, and in the middle অর্থাৎ মাঝখানে তোমার instead, etc. You can use it. Very interesting, I think, and very easy to use. Suppose I drink coffee, COFFE. I drink coffee instead of dash, tea. Or I drink milk instead of tea, or coffee, or ice cream, any kinds of word, but the word of course will be noun, okay, instead of and in lieu of. Now, because of, on account of, owing to, due to, 4 words are there. Remember, 4 words are there. What are the words? 4 words are there because there is a verb. So here, because of is used before possessive case, and also account of, the same. But due to and owing to, these two is used here as preposition. So you know, when to is used before a noun, this is preposition. So after due to, after owing to, noun will be used. And after because of, after account of course, you should have to use possessive case, then noun. Possessive case, this, then noun. Suppose everybody loves him. Suppose EVERY, everybody loves, LOVE, loves him. Everybody loves him because, CAUSE, because of. So there is of. After what you should use possessive case. Of course, you know cases. There are 3 kinds of formation of cases: subject, object, and possessive case. I think you knew. I think in possessive case, the last one is possessive case. Suppose subject I, object me, last one is mine. You, your, he, him, his, she, her, they, them, their, etc., etc. You know. So everybody loves him because of his. This is positive case. His any kinds of noun, honesty, 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 honest adjective, honesty noun. So after because of one account of course you should use noun. But when you use because of on account of course you use possessive case. But when you use only due to or owing to, no possessive case is there. Only noun. But sometimes you can use, but there is no problem. But of course noun will be used. Suppose I cannot write. Suppose due to borrowing penny, due to pen. Penner অভাবে আমি লিখতে পারছি না, due to pen. The driver cannot dare. The driver dared not drive at night due to fog, due to dark, due to fog, due to dark. These kinds of words you can use. Sometimes you can use. Most of the times, of course, you should use noun. Okay, and sometimes you can use adjective. But you should have to remember that every time you should use the meaningful sentence. This is important. Meaningful sentence. Last number 15. Would better, would rather. See the book, please. Page number 65. Would rather and would sooner ... Then is there. So when you see this word would rather or would sooner, some words are there, you should use after then verb. After then verb, or sometimes noun, sometimes adjective. And what type of words you will either noun, either adjective, either verb. But you see after you see the before word of them. If the noun is used before them, you should write after them noun. If the adjective is used before them, you should write after them an adjective. So noun follows noun, adjective follows noun, adjective, verb follows verb. Suppose a sentence, I would rather die. Suppose I would rather die. D-I-E. Die is an important word. And then. Sorry. Then. I would rather die than there. Die is verb here. So we should use after there verb beg. B-A-G. Beg means ভিক্ষা করা. Beg. Die. So there is very important word. If there is there and before them there is verb, you should use after them verb. If there is noun, you should use noun. I would rather die than coffee than bed. But I would rather drink tea. Suppose I would rather drink tea than coffee or milk. So it's important. So rather die. It's nothing. I think it's very important to you. And if you read, you should have to go through the book. Study and study. There is no alternation. Had better. Very important word. Had better. Suppose if a word contains had better. If a sentence contains had better, of course you should have to use after had better a verb. and the verb of course present form. And the verb of course অর্থাৎ এই ভার্বটি একদম প্রেজেন্ট ফর্ম হতে হবে হ্যাড বেটারের পরে। ভেরি ইজি, হ্যাড বেটার। সাপোজ আই হ্যাড বেটার, I had better, I had better, I had better ring him, I had better advise him, I had better teach him, I had better teach, suppose T-E-A-C-H, teach him, আমার উচিত হবে তাকে পড়ানো। Very interesting word, had better. Had better. This means borong, নসেব, তবুও। Suppose a student is disturbing me in my class, so I can say him, please, you had better go. You had better leave the room. This is the courteous English, gentle word, gentle sentence. I cannot say get out from my class. No, this is not the good way of a teacher. But a good teacher, or the quality of a good teacher is he says the teacher students in a polite way. The student is disturbing. Okay, I can say him, please, you had better leave the room. তোমার বরং রুমটি ত্যাগ করাই উচিত। You had better. So I had better teach. So had better, after had better, the verb will be used. Had better, had rather, of course. No sooner had, hardly had, scarcely had, another. No sooner had than. No sooner than. Hardly, say hardly had. Oh, no sooner had, sorry. No, hardly had when. Scarcely, S-C-A-R-E-C-E, scarcely had when. Or before sometimes. 3 words are there. Hardly had then, scarcely had when, hardly had when. So there is a relation. If you see no sooner had, then will be used. If you see hardly had, when will be used. If you see scarcely had, when will be used. So you should have to remember hardly, no sooner had then, hardly had when, and scarcely had when. But you should have to remember that had is used, and after had you know very well what type of words. The past participle of the verb will be used, you know, from the right form of verbs. So the second sentence, of course, past indefinite. Suppose no sooner had the teacher, T-E-A-C-H-E-R, no sooner had the teacher, no sooner had is used, so the verb, of course, entered, T-E-R-E-D, entered, past participle. And then will become, because then is connecting dot. No sooner had the teacher entered into the room, it will be very okay. যদি এটা ব্যবহার করতে আর একটু ভালো হবে, যদি আমরা রুমটা ব্যবহার করি। Entered into the room, W-O-M. Room, then is a grammatical word will come. The students, S-T-U-D-E-N-T-S, students, stood. Then the students stood. No sooner had the teacher entered will come because it is the past participle of the verb into the room. Then will come. It is the connected word of no sooner had the students stood. This sentence is very important because this portion, upper portion will be set up in the question. You should have to fill up the second question. So no sooner had is there, so it is past perfect tense. Hardly had is there, past perfect tense. And scarcely had is there, past perfect tense. So one is past perfect tense, another sentence will be past indefinite. And this is students, this is past indefinite. Okay. I am sweating. I don't know what is the problem of AC. I am sweating seriously. Sweating seriously. AC does not work. What's the problem? It is time. 18. It is time and it is high time. Two words are there, no problem. The same word. But you should have to remember how to fill up after it is time. If you see it is time or it is high time in the sentence, you should use only 2 plus verb. Only 2 plus verb, very easy. Suppose it is high time. It is high time to leave, L-E-A-V, leave the room. To leave the room, it is high time to leave the room. So it is high time is here important. It is high time or it is time. There is no problem. It is high time or time, it is important, but after these 2 plus verb will be used. 2 plus verb will be used. But if there is subject, suppose it is high time, what time? Suppose, I can omit it. It is time or high time. Okay. That is a subject. If there is subject, of course the sentence will be past tense. He entered the room. N-T-E-R-E. He entered the room, past tense. So it is high time, it is time. If in the sentence you should use only verb. But if there is subject, of course the sentence will be past tense. Okay. The sentence will be past tense. So this is high time. As if, as though. Another word, as if, as though. Normally these words are used between two sentences. And it means if, mane jodi. Jano. Very interesting. You have used since, use of since ব্যবহার করেছো. Suppose as if and as though, my body and two hands, two sides. It is first sentence, it is second. If this sentence is present indefinite, the right sentence will be past indefinite. Very easy. And if the sentence is past tense, the right sentence will be past perfect. Very easy. Past perfect. Suppose he tells the matter as if the dark has come. He T-E-double-S tells the matter. He tells the matter as if or as though, any word, or as if. The second sentence, of course, this sentence tells present tense. The second sentence, of course, past tense. As if he knew. K-N-E-W, knew it. অর্থাৎ সে গল্পটা এমন করে বলেছিল যে সে যেন জানে। অবশ্যই if the sentence past tense, suppose if the sentence will past tense, suppose told he told the matter, it is past tense. So after as if or as though, he had had known, K-N-O-W-N, known, known it. It will be past perfect. That is easy. Up to 20, sorry, up to yes, up to 20. Up to 20 I have completed, and next time I shall try my level best to next lecture. Please be seated and try to study home seriously, and I think it will be okay too. But if you don't study seriously in your home, you will not get any benefit. But you should have to study. This is the main theme of my students, and be ready for your examination. I don't know what my lecture can give you some benefit, but actually your study makes you a good preparation and makes you a good benefit. Okay, thank you. All the best. Next time I will meet with you.